Hi crafters and welcome. Today is Sunday, May 17th, and we're going to show you an example using the Sweet Words and Labels bundle. This is an online exclusive that started this month, and it's part of a suite. A suite means that there's two bundles, and then there's DSP and usually a folder, ribbon, embellishments, all that good stuff. I didn't get the suite, and I actually did not get the paper or bundle because it had to do with Silly Old Bear, which is a version of Winnie the Pooh, and I just wasn't into it. But I did, excuse me, terrible. It got really hot yesterday in the Chicagoland area, and we were outside planting all day, me and my daughter, and my sinuses, my throat are just a little out of the ordinary. So anyway, I bought this bundle by itself. I didn't buy the suite. So let's go ahead and show you, in case you weren't here yesterday, but it is an 18-piece die set and a 9-piece stamp set. So there's all your dies, all those wonderful frames, and then I had one of my stamps on the wrong side of the plastic, and now it's caught on the paper. So I'm going to have to clean that off, especially if I'm going to use that on today's example. Let me see if I can get that paper off. Anyway, that was my fault. I didn't have this on correctly. So anyway, 9-piece stamp set, 18-piece die set, and a lot of the interlocking. And this is what we're going to use today. We are going to take the 4 smallest and we're going to use them on a card. Now I do keep, when you get these, you get one of these each in one of these plastic folders. I always keep my stamps and dies together. That way I'm always prepared, ready to go with them. Let me take that off there. That was giving a little bit of shine from the upcoming sun. All right, so I have 4 different pieces of cardstock here, somewhat coordinating to the DSP that will be on top. Now this is from the Flowers in Bloom DSP. Oh, my camera's stuck. Hang on. There it goes. The Flowers in Bloom DSP. Now, the bundle and suite that went with this paper is on last chance, but this paper is not. This paper is still showing up on the computer, so that means that it went from the catalog last year to now. I guess you'll just see it on there, but you could, I guess it kind of goes into a online status. Anyway, you won't find it in any publication, but it is still available. All right, let me grab out my Stamp and Cut Boss machine. This is the layer I'm going to do them in. So I'm going to do from largest to smallest on here. And the thing is, with this, you want to kind of get it somewhat centered so that you see all of your cutouts properly. The first 2 are the most important, the first 2 layers. After that, you can have different sizes and you can make it work. All right, so over here, as you can see, I'm going to take my biggest one. Let me get out my plates over here. So you're going to have your standard plate 1, your thin adapter 2, and then 2 of your 3 plates. All right, now what I'm going to do is I am going to tape this down. Let me go over and get, because I don't think this might work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look, let me move this up here for a second. I'm going to try to get this centered somewhat. Because like I said, the first 2 really make a difference. So I kind of want to make sure I have about a finger's width on all sides. All right, and it looks pretty straight. So let's go ahead, tape this down. One of the 3 plates on top, one of the 3 plates underneath, and then it's on top of that 1 and 2. Someone asked me if our machine is really easy to use. As you can see there, I wasn't even hanging onto it. I was bringing it through. I don't feel like there's a lot of problems with it. Oh, I didn't tell you this is 4 by 5 1/4. Sorry about that. So then we're going to use this on another card. So make sure you always save those pieces. All right, so now we're going to go down to the next size. And what I like doing here is I like making sure that my cardstock is going to be covered up by my first piece. Like I said, the first 2 kind of make a big difference. After that, not so much. So I kind of want to make sure that I don't see any of my cardstock edges. I'm going to lay this down, line it up. I'm going to take this over to the side, get my tape, get it down there. And after I put my second piece tape on, I'm still going to make sure it looks like it's lined up in case I've moved this. So here's my good little edge, and I don't see any of that cardstock underneath, so we're good to go on this piece. Again, plate 1, 2, and then the die and the cardstock. See, I'm using 1 finger. I don't have my grip mat underneath there, sorry. I like using shelf liner, but I'm not really gripping onto it. All right. So there is our next piece. Now, this is going to be like a shadow box effect where we're looking in. These pieces over here, you can always use to layer on another card. All right, just remember that. All right, so now the next one down. On this one, we're not as worried because see, we have a lot of room to play with that. So let's just go ahead. I am going to kind of cover it up just to make sure. Like I said, this one's we're not as particular with because we have lots of room to move that layer around underneath it. Also, I hope the focus isn't bad. I woke up this morning and my phone was at like 5%. So I do have it plugged in while I'm recording, and I know that that sometimes affects the quality and the zooming in and out. So I'm hoping it's not too bad for you. I'm trying to keep an eye on it over on the side with watching on my monitor. So far it hasn't been too terribly bad, but I just want to let you know in case that happens why it's happening. All right, and then my last little piece is this. Now, if this is bigger than this layer, it's not that big of a deal. You just want to make sure that this layer will be covered by the top piece. So let's go ahead and go here. And then I'm just going to put that next piece over it just to make sure, yep, everything still looks good. All right, let's run this one over. All right, and that's going to be it for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Here, let me grab up my dies, open them over here so they don't get in the way. Here's my extra pieces here. Here's my stamp set. All right. So like I said, these pieces here, you can layer on another card. Look how pretty that looks. All right, so let's go ahead and put this card together. Put the boards over to the side here. Let me grab a piece of, a card base. So this is a top fold, but that doesn't matter because you can go ahead and open it that way too. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to lay, we're going to kind of tack this down like this now, these two together. So let me grab my stamp and seal. And this will be kind of a heavier card, just so you know. And now this is where we have to kind of make sure we're looking okay still. All right, go ahead, put a little stamp and seal down there. Make sure I like all the borders before I put it down. Now here is where we want to kind of line up where our greeting is going to be. I am going to use It Never Hurts to Keep Looking Up, because we're kind of looking down into that. It's kind of a little play on words. But so we're just going to figure out where exactly this looks good. Looks like there. I'm going to bring my long block so I can kind of see where we're at. And I'm just going to keep this. Sorry. Let's get this. So we should be okay. I think I'll even be able to stamp through it. I'm just going to use my cube of my Secret C. You know, Secret C is my new black. Since we got rid of Memento, or we don't carry in a catalog anymore, and I'm still getting used to the hybrid, which works great with the White Willow cardstock, which is our scrapbooking cardstock. There you go. But anyway, since we don't have Memento anymore, I'm using Secret C on a lot of my stuff. All right, let's go ahead and tape all of these layers down. So let's go ahead and get some seal in the corner. Make sure we like our angles. Now we're ready to put a lot of tape to hold all of this together. Again, we're looking to make sure our borders around the edges are okay. And there you have it. If you want to put a few jewels in here, you could. What do we have? Let me see. Do we have any? Oh, from our In Color flat pearls. These are the ones for the current, oh, I'm sorry, the older of the In Colors. This is last year's In Colors, but you know, In Colors stay around in the catalog for 2 years. So I think those look kind of good. So let me go ahead and pick one there, and then I don't want, let me open this package. I don't want another huge one. I want to keep with a small. There we go. Put this off to the side. So there you have, we'll give it a second to focus. There we have our card for today. Let me show you a couple other cards I made yesterday. So first one, we did the cutouts, and then I went crazy just cutting out a bunch in that retired DSP, and I believe this is bubble gum. Ran it through an old embossing folder and just kept layering and layering and layering. So that is that card. And then here I did a bridge card, which means we have everything, sorry, on here. Before I put this on here, you would have seen this is the bridge across. I didn't like the way it looked, so I added more cardstock. Oh, my camera stalled. Let me do that again. So here's this. I have to go slow because there's a lot for it to focus on. And then this opens here. All right, there you are, guys. Hope you like these. I'm going to take a picture of these and get this video processing. So we'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. That helps get my video out to other people. I'm still trying to get to 500. I'm inching closer. I'm within 10. So if you know someone who likes fairly simplistic cards, I mean, I don't take 45 minutes to make a card. So if you know someone who might like watching these videos, go ahead and direct them to my channel, have them subscribe. Thanks for all you do. Try these methods out if you have a chance. And I'm just rambling now because it's early in the morning and I just saw a squirrel out of my right eye on my deck. So I gotta go check out to see what he's doing. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.